fucking god.
Nothing on there. That's just
What the fuck?
Am I on? Okay, I told you guys I was having problems. Oh my god. Am I gonna have to repeat all of that? Okay. No, I'm not. I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk at all. I'm drinking cold coffee actually. Okay. Let me see. Okay. We hear you now. Okay, good. So anyway, as I was saying, I was missed the show last night. Had to get my mom out of the hospital. They were taking forever. I could have probably still done a show around 10:30 or 11, but I figured I would just postpone it. Originally, I was going to record something for the podcast feed, and then I ended up getting into a dispute with PayPal. The dispute was pretty one-sided, I have to say. They said, "You're banned," and I said, "Wait a minute, hold on, don't ban me, that's fucked up." And then they still banned me. So I wrote an article there on the website. Ended up not recording. I figured I would just do it live tonight. So turn the volume up, retard. That's what I'm being told in chat. I don't know how much louder than this I can actually turn the volume up. There's a little bit. I could do this. Let me see. I don't want to turn it up too much though. I'll turn the amp up a little bit. That might help some. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, it's been a crazy few days. Friday, my car was actually vandalized while I was on air. Somebody spray painted my car with all kinds of shit. It's just been a crazy week or so. It wasn't really that hard to get spray paint off, which I didn't realize beforehand. But there's all kinds of guides online on how to get spray paint off your car. So after the show on Friday, I went up to Walmart and got the tools needed to get the spray paint off my car, and now it looks fine. There's a couple of little bitty spots right around the door crack that I didn't get off, but about 99.9% of the paint is off. So yeah, it's been, I can't even understand the mindset, honestly, of somebody who would vandalize your car over some internet shit. Like, it's just, It's crazy. It's beyond Donga tier, honestly. Uh, get on the mic. Okay, I'm a little bit closer now. It should be okay. So yeah, it's been crazy. My cat, Ralph, how's your cat doing? Yes, my cat's still missing. She's outside, and I saw her on the camera though. So one thing that the vandals did do, vandals did do, was motivate me to get a camera system to watch my house. So I have been able to see the cat out there. Santa Steph said, I would be scared. Listeners know where you live. I don't give a fuck. Matter of fact, I hope whoever did that comes back to my house. Please, God, come back to my house and try some shit. Because I have cameras all over this motherfucker. Police have been notified. Yep, first thing I did was call the police. They'll be making rounds through my neighborhood during the show. So please, God, please come back through and try some dumb shit. But no, I'm not scared at all. So, okay. The cat spray painted your car. I didn't consider that, but it's possible. Yes, I did get the neighbor's cam footage, and I turned that over to the police. So we'll see what they're able to do with that. Thank you for the diamond, Salty781. Said it was Zoom, wasn't it? Well, he was taking credit for it. I don't actually think his big fucking gay ass would actually drive that far to do anything like that, unless it was to rape a small child or something similar. But if it was just for vandalism and it had nothing to do with child rape, I don't think he would make that long of a journey. So I imagine it was somebody else. But anyway, that's what happened. So let me, by the way, join the green room if you want to call in. Please join the green room, call in. I see Onion Wizard's already in there. Onion Wizard, what's up, man? Oh, shit. I gotta unmute myself in the Discord. What's up, man? Are you there, sir? Sir! Oh, wait. Hold on. This is this. God damn it, Discord. Hold on, let me try this again. Whenever I put my computer to sleep, for some reason, Discord, it just doesn't work. I see chat. Chat likes my little Zoom tribute. But seriously though, that's the truth though. Like, I mean, I said it in a joking way, but yeah, that's honestly true. Okay, let's see. Now let's try. Now can you hear me, Onion Wizard? Oh my God. Oh. I can hear you. Somebody else call in so I can at least test this. I see my mic's working on Discord, so this must be your fault, Onion Wizard. Oh my God. I gotta love tech, man. I swear to fuck. Somebody else call in so I can test it, and we'll look through it in a minute. Press D for Discord link. Let's see. Dance, you lol cow. Oh, yeah, good. I'll dance. There you go. Delete and mute. That's another thing I got into a debate with on Twitter. If you're sending me dumb shit on Twitter or celebrating my car getting vandalized or some shit like that, you're getting blocked, dude. Like, I mean, there's just no other way around it. No, I don't have to sit there and listen to your dumb shit on Twitter, read it, whatever you want to call it. Yes, I will block you, and I'll have fun doing it. And I'll block you out of this chat, too, if you're saying fucking crazy shit. So, I don't care. That's the thing. I really don't. I just don't have to listen to it. I don't have to read it. I do think that you should have some type of control. Like, you shouldn't just maybe get rid of people altogether. Or you should go back through and try to, like I've blocked people and then went back and unblocked them. Like, that wasn't fair. But as far as, like, I have some responsibility to read dumb shit, I don't have that responsibility at all. And I will never have that responsibility. So, and I never have. I've blocked people plenty of times for years, and I will continue to do so. I'm glad your car got vandalized. Good. I'm glad that you're a faggot, and you're banned from the chat. Let's see. Just donated 1 diamond. Is Cleo back in the house? No, she's not, unfortunately. But okay. Don't be like Tonka, Ralph. Now I'm gonna be like Ralph. I mean, I've always banned people, so it's not really a surprise, is it? Okay. Now let's try. Okay, now let's try Neuraxis. Neuraxis, can you hear me?
What's up, dude?
Okay, so it was Onion Wizard's fault. It wasn't my fault. All right. So yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, not much. How you been?
I've been pretty good, all things considered. Actually, it's been a wild life, but I'm still here. So
I really hope Cleo comes back to you.
well, I mean, technically she's still here. She's just outside the house. So
yeah, I just had to take my cat to the vet today, and was thinking about Cleo too. So anyhow,
well, I hope your cat's doing well, sir.
He's doing all right. I gotta ask, what is the appeal of the stickers in the chat?
I don't know. Some people really like the stickers. I forget when I turned them off. Maybe it was a week or two ago. I don't remember why or how.
Never turn them back on. They're fucking gay. Like, everyone posts the same GIF, and it's just fucking retarded.
I actually like them sometimes, but when it's blocking out the whole chat, that is annoying as fuck.
Yeah, I don't get the whole appeal of it. But anyhow,
I mean, they're fun, but if you can't read the chat at all, it's not as fun.
Yeah, it sucks.
So,
just like this, anyway. I can read what everybody's saying right now, and it's great.
Yeah, and also I know some people have some problems with DLive sometimes too. So, and I think the stickers don't really help with that.
Yeah. So, anyhow, they're saying kick my ass. So,
all right. Well, you're
just
gone.
do it.
Thank you, sir.
Later.
Later. Okay. Let's see. I see Zach with an ice cream, crab-like, 2 lemon, a horrible gamer, 1 ice cream, Colstro, a couple lemons. So anyway, PayPal banned me. I could go through and read the whole article. I don't really think that's necessarily needed. There was a part that I wanted to read. Joe Biggs is mentioned in this article because he got kicked. I think he got kicked off Chase Bank, if I recall correctly. Him and Martina Markota, I think that's her name. Yeah, Martina Markota. We showed her video on here. I remember showing that last year. I think we played that on YouTube, where she's pouring milk all over her titties and shit. It was an interesting video. It's actually, I think it's still up on YouTube, but it's so spicy that I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure we can play it on DLive actually. So maybe later. There's no reason. Here's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 says there's no reason not to have stickers on during the intro and outro songs. That's fair. That's fair. That's a fair point actually. Let's see. Looking through the chat. Okay. Anyway, I see Onion Wizard. Let's try Onion Wizard again. This is a little bit of a discombobulated show. I do apologize, but at least we're on the air. Onion Wizard, what's up, man? This motherfucker is not saying shit. I can hear him. Can you guys? You guys can hear him too, right? I don't know. Kyler, what's up, man? Kyler!
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's up? Speak.
You're not gonna believe what I did, Ralph.
What did you do?
Well, there's this house on my street, and this guy lives there. He looks like John Goodman. And every trash day, I wake up at 8 because he takes the trash out, and it just sounds like a bunch of balls clanking. And every single night, the smell of fried chicken can be smelled the whole block. And it sounds like a garbage disposal is going off, eating all of it. And it's just making a big nuisance in the neighborhood. You won't guess. Now
you realize this is not a very funny construction, right? But continue, please.
I never mind. You called me out on it. I'm sorry, Ralph.
Well, first off, I wish I was as tall as John Goodman because that motherfucker's like 6'4".
Is he really?
Yeah, John Goodman's pretty tall, I think. Yeah.
God damn. All right.
Yeah. So no, I'm not. Unfortunately, no, I'm not. I'm not Goodman size. But no, man. Yeah.
I tried.
You tried. But anyway, what's up?
I had a limited amount of time to set it up.
Okay. It's
Not
okay.
much. I went to an anime convention this weekend in Dallas, and it was really gay. My girlfriend said there'd be a lot of stuff for me to do because there'd be like a huge arcade room, and there wasn't. It was like 10 arcade cabinets. I bought $7 beers like all day and just played Street Fighter 2 against strangers. And I'm pretty sure I played Soul Calibur against Pro Jared because someone said he was there. And they recognized his nose and his voice, and this dude was like cosplaying as Dante. But I was playing Soul Calibur. I wasn't looking
Oh wait,
up. He
wait,
was
wait.
talking to me. I heard.
What goes on at an anime convention?
Honestly, I heard this one. I never been to a convention really before at all, except for like a small one here for retro gaming, and it was not nearly this big. It was at the fairgrounds in Dallas, and according to people who went there, it was a really bad convention because they didn't really have anything interesting there. I think the biggest name that I recognized was a Telly or Heidi, which is I guess Pro Jared's ex-wife or soon to be ex-wife. So she was there. I was gonna get a photo with her, but I think they charge for photos, so I didn't even try. But it seems to me like it's a big racket to get like weeaboos to buy shit because the biggest thing there was just a room full of like I guess it was bootleg and like fan made anime stuff you could buy like pens and stuff, and
By the
it
way,
just seemed like a
chat.
waste
There's
to
some
me.
people in chat saying I'm 5'1". Yes, I've heard this before. No, I'm not 5'1". I'm about 5'8", probably. Right around
About
there.
3'5",
Yeah, 3'5". Yeah, about
4'9".
3'5". Yeah, 4'9".
No big deal.
Somebody said my arrest record says 5'1". There is an arrest. First off, I have multiple arrest records. I don't know how many of you know that, but you can go look. There are several. So no, I'm not 5'1", but
I've never been arrested in my life, but I got a one time I was at a party and they like they're like there's this chick there. We're all kind of like mutual friends, I guess. We weren't like super tight friends, but there was like different friend groups that knew each other. And there was this chick there that got sloppy drunk. And I felt bad because her friends abandoned her and left her without a ride there. So I offered to take her home. I wasn't being creepy or anything, and they knew who I was. They trusted me, so I was taking the chick home, and she was like passed out in my mom's PT Cruiser, and I'm high and drunk. And I get pulled over by the cops for a busted turn light. I forgot that like my mom's turn light was
so
out.
how did you end up
So I
getting
get
out
pulled
of
over.
this?
Well, I'm high and drunk, so my eyes are bloodshot. I'm sure I have it on my breath, weed and alcohol. So what happens is I guess I have like super good reflexes and stuff. They give me the field sobriety test. They shine the light, I follow it perfectly. Put my finger on my nose. I said the fucking alphabet backwards. I learned it from watching Reno 911 on Comedy Central. They had an episode where they said it backwards. I learned it that way. So they were impressed. They knew I was fucked up. They let me go anyway because I passed it. But it turns out that chick had arrest warrants out for her, so she got arrested and taken away, and they just let me go. So,
Well, that's very, very kind of them, I have to say.
yeah, it was a tumultuous night for sure. I was sure I was gonna get taken. I thought my life was over because I was fucked up, but I guess I wasn't that fucked up.
I have had a few. I've had a few tumultuous nights myself.
I'm just surprised I could say the alphabet backwards. I just watched it on TV. I didn't practice it. I just remembered it from the show. It was Reno 911. It was like ZYXVUT SRQP.
I don't even know what you're talking about. You've lost me now. Anyway, thank you for calling in,
They
man.
make you say they make you say the alphabet backwards whenever you get the field sobriety test.
Yeah, I've had to do that.
I said it backwards straight up.
I don't even think I can say the alphabet backwards sober, to be honest with you.
There's certain tricks to remember it. Like I think one of it's like MLK is like part of it. So it's like Martin Luther King, all this shit. You remember like this little like code to it. So if you guys are drinkers out there, I recommend learning that and getting good at it because you never know when you might need it.
But there's several different field sobriety tests. They might not give you that one. They might make you. What's the other one they do? Like where you got to touch your nose with your eyes closed or something. I don't know. There's several.
No, Ralph. They made me do all of it. They gave me the SAT, a field sobriety test. I did everything. I walked heel to toe in a line. I touched my nose with my eyes closed. I followed the flashlight. I followed his finger. I said the alphabet backwards because they knew I was fucked up, but they couldn't like prove it because I don't think they really wanted to bother with the breathalyzer. But I don't know. I was also high as like shit too. My eyes were red as a devil's dick, and I had a weed pipe in my floorboard, a bubbler,
all right,
like a beer can, all this shit. But yeah, either way, man, it's whatever.
Thank you, man.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive. That's the message of the evening. Thank you, caller, for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Ralph. Thanks for ruining my fucking joke.
All right, man. You're welcome. All right. That got a little. Just don't drive drunk. Scam likely in the chat says, yeah, I think that's probably the best advice. Muffy Cat says, will losing PayPal affect you being on Patreon? No hate, honest, curious question. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't. If you're asking an honest question, or if you have it's not even just criticism. I like criticism actually. I feel that's how people get better, is being criticized. That being said, if it's if it's just fake shit about my life or shit like that, or just bullshit, I don't have to hear that shit. Will it affect Patreon? I don't know, is the short answer. It hasn't yet. PayPal is one of the ways you can get paid off Patreon, but they have a direct deposit thing too. So all the cash donated to the operations here will still be going towards that. So I don't really know. I guess we'll see. So let's see. Ralph, post your pinky again. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I don't know. Did Dick ever post his? But I don't think I'm gonna repost mine. Why didn't you save it? You have to have it somewhere. Anyway, speaking of bands, Joe Biggs, who I almost had on the show one time, and I forget why it didn't happen. But there was some reason. For some reason, we didn't get him on. I don't remember now. He was banned off Twitter today, and I haven't been following him, with like a microscope or anything. But I had been seeing him on Twitter the last day or two, and he was talking about holding a rally in Portland on the 17th of August, kind of as a response to what happened this past weekend, which I don't even think we haven't even got to talk about that, have we? Where the gay Asian, how many qualifiers can we throw in front of his name? Gay Asian, LGBTQ prod person, Andy Go. How do you even say his name? Andy Go? Is it just Go? I know there's an N in front of it, but I think it's silent. And he got his face, he got beat up basically in Portland. He's been death threatening Antifa. He's gonna serve a cuck. Yeah, I saw they raised what was it? Over $100,000. I don't know what his medical bills cost, but it's no. Is that how you say it? Is that really how you say it? I don't know. But yeah, I saw you got raised $100,000. I was talking to my wife the other day, and she's like, "Oh, I feel so sorry for him." I was like, well, he'll probably be all right. I've gotten worse ass whoopings than that, and I didn't get $100 for it. So, I mean, $100, $100,000, not $100. So I think he'll be all right. Although if he didn't have insurance, to be fair, his medical bills probably could be in the thousands. So I'm not sure, but I think he'll come out of it okay. I know his equipment got stolen as well, but I think the 100 G's will probably be enough. Probably be enough to help alleviate the pain a little bit. Now let's see. Okay, Onion Wizard wants me to take calls. Okay, here I am. Oh God. Onion Wizard.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Yo, Ralph, what's up, man? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Just kind of doing a little low-key show here tonight. What's up?
Yeah, man. What they did to you on PayPal is fucked up, dude. But I got some other shit to talk about tonight, all right?
Go ahead.
All right. You're not gonna like this, dude, but I've been seeing you doing some weird shit with the chat, man.
You've been seeing some weird shit?
Yeah, like I'll see someone post, some shit like making fun of you, or like bitwave.tv or some shit like that. And you'll just delete it, man.
That's true.
Like,
if you post bitwave.tv, I'll probably delete it, yeah.
Yeah, but why?
Because I don't want it in the chat. I don't need another reason.
I mean, dude, like, listen, I know you have a lot of A-loggers going after you and stuff like that. I understand that, But I remember a time where, you would tell me personally that, like, listen, I know you got sounds in the chat, and I don't want that to ever happen again,
Don't want what
and I was
happen?
like,
First
Like-
off,
like, you know, like-
let me let you know something a little bit here.
All right, go ahead.
D Love has told me that I have to censor the chat a little bit in the first place in order to get the check mark. They told me that flat out yesterday, actually. So as far as that level, there's already going to be. It's not going to be like it is on YouTube. So that's one reason there. And then the second reason is I don't want to see Bitwave bullshit in my chat, and I'm just not going to see it. So if you want to go to Bitwave, go to Bitwave.
All right. Last thing I'll say about. Can you hear me still?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I don't know if I might just talk on it when I'm pretty intoxicated right now, but like
That's
all I'm
fair.
gonna
I've
say
been
to that is-
intoxicated before when I've done these.
like all I'm gonna say to that is like just make sure you're not fucking with your base,
Well,
because your base is the most important part. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think I mean there's a fair point to be made there. To be honest with you. Now,
All right, but
sometimes you'll go back through and you're like, all right, whatever. You'll take off the ban, or I think you can actually time out people too, like you can on YouTube.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but another thing I needed to ask you about. Did you hear about the shit that's going on with Dispatch right now?
Barely, not really. I heard he was involved with some pedophile shit. Is all I heard.
Yeah, let me fill you in on that a little bit, if you don't mind. So basically, what happened is Dispatch met up with this fucking girl on like this girl who's part of the Bitwave community, and she brought her niece with her, right? And Dispatch
wait. Repeat. Start this over again.
Okay, so this girl met up with Dispatch or whatever. She's part of the Bitwave community, and she brought this 17-year-old girl with her, right? And this 17-year-old girl slept with Dispatch in his room. She slept with him in that room. And you know what that fucking means.
Well, I mean, I could make a few guesses of what it might possibly mean.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Dispatch right now. I mean, me and Dispatch have reconciled, but like what he's doing is pretty fucked up, especially when
fucking
he's, like,
17-year-olds. Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, yeah, and he's gone pretty radio silent about it since then. Like, he's talked a little bit, but he hasn't been saying much.
He might not want to say much if you want to know the truth about it. Maybe you want to lawyer up at this point.
Yeah, but just for you though, Dispatch is something that, I know Dispatch, slam dunked on you with the rest of Bitwave, saying, oh, the Andy pedophile stream and all that shit, I just thought I'd tell you that,
Well,
he's thought, and
it doesn't
and the best
surprise
part
me
about
that those making accusations are actually, involved. Now, to be fair, I don't know if you'd call that pedophilia, or there's another word for like late teenage. I forget the word. Janet Bloomfield used to know that word. I can't remember it now, but it's basically, it's not pedophile, but it's like late teen. I forget the word. Somebody in chat will probably know.
But the thing about it is though, is that, it's just so ironic that, these people slam dunked on you for like that, like Andy stream with like the pedophile Instagram shit. Like they were like slam dunking Michael Jordan your ass with that shit,
Well, if you mean by making shit up, then yeah, I mean they lied about that stream, and
it's just a little bit funny. Yeah. It's just a little bit funny that it's coming back at them once they do the IRL shit,
Yeah, it's funny. That would be one bit of advice. Maybe just leave the IRL stuff to the side.
I think this is a lesson, like, for everybody, that like IRL shit. It just can't go right. Like, I think Jim was right, dude. Like, you can't.
I gotta give him credit.
Do IRL shit.
I gotta give him credit on that. Now, Knoxville was pretty fun. I had a lot of fun there. Even so, looking back,
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. Like, the fucking Guntman came from that, man.
Yeah,
like,
not only that, but pretty much I don't really fuck with anybody there anymore except Dick Masterson. I mean, he's a one of a kind type person. Yeah, I don't know. I think I could have done without it all. Yeah, this year, to be honest with you.
All right, man. I'm gonna let you get back to your show. All right. Have a good night, man.
All right, thank you, man. I appreciate you. By the way,
see you
later, man. If you want to call, you have a good one too. Join the green room if you want to call in. Yeah, Hebafal, I think is what chat said it's called. Yeah. So, okay. I'm looking through the chat. But yeah, I think it's fair. I think it's fair to say the IRL stuff is Nick Ricada. No Ricada shout out. Yeah, it's true. I met Nick Ricada there too, and that was awesome. A really nice guy. So is Dick. Kind of level-headed as well, which could be. And I'm not saying I'm necessarily always the most level-headed person either. So don't hold that out. But yeah, just level-headed guys. So Ricada and Gator are still boys. Yeah, as far as I know, they're still cool. Gator, all that stuff's done with. Like, I talked to Gator the other day, so there's no problems there. As far as I know, I don't see why he would have problems with anybody else either. So Muffy Cat says, can you cash in lemons on D-Live if you are not verified? Yes, you can, actually. Curious what difference a checkmark makes on D-Live. Basically, what the checkmark does, it allows you to host people, for one. It also allows you to have subscribers with like little badges next to their name. And it also, I think it lets you do custom channel stickers or something like that as well. So that's basically all of it. That's pretty much it. A horrible gamer with an ice cream. Thank you, sir. 2 ice creams, actually. A few lemons for some other people. Appreciate that. Actually, 3 ice creams. I think I didn't count the other one. So I'm looking through chat. How's the art of the comebacks? Actually, pretty good. I only got through the first part of it this weekend because I had so much shit going on. I'm gonna finish it this week, though. Promise. Rocklia says maybe you will have to get a professional relationship with Nick. Well, if I ever needed that, I have good lawyers here in Richmond already. But if I needed some consultation, I'm pretty sure he would do so. Let's see. Get Null on. Yeah, I wouldn't be against having him on sometime again. I saw he was arguing with Medicare or something. I don't even know what all that's about. I haven't been following the Medicare stuff, like with him possibly getting sued and all that stuff. I really don't know what all's going on there. So, Spencer says Flamenco is now verified. Yes, I did hear that. I did see that. And I talked to D-Live about it right after because I was like, wow, this is kind of interesting. A guy used to call us my show, got his check mark. Well, where's my check mark? Basically is what I was kind of getting at there. And they implied that I was close. That I had almost been reformed enough, I guess, to get the check mark, but I'm not quite there. Not quite there just yet. So I got a little bit more to go. And then also, show updates. I'm possibly going to have Mark Collette on here on Friday. I got to get back in touch with him to see if that's a go. Emailed a couple other people. But as far as updates, that's about all I have right now. That's not exactly a detailed update, but that's what I have for guests. Psycho Dance has just changed a couple of things going. The autist got his. Yes, that's true. He got his. He got his before me. It paid off, apparently. So, but no, Flamenco's a good dude. He messaged me before the show actually, with a couple things as well. And he said they were trying to serve Nick. What did he say? The Kick Vic voice actors are trying to serve Nick with process papers. And I didn't see that either. So I've been missing a lot of stuff. Henrik and Lana. Yes, those are great people, by the way. And I know some people label them, like evil Nazis or whatever. I've never had any bad dealings with them whatsoever. I got banned off PayPal today. I threw them a shout out in the article as well because I knew they had gotten banned off PayPal, just like I had. And they immediately shared it, immediately put the story out. Just nice people. Always been nice to me. So, let's see. Cool. Are you and Mark going to do the game stream that you guys talked about before? I would like to do that, actually, yeah. I'm pretty sure he would kick my ass in anything Nintendo, but I would still like to do it. Red Ice is pretty great. They're maybe a little bit more hardcore than me in certain ways, but they are nice. By the way, I don't know if I told this story publicly, but I went on their show for the first time in like 2 days before I got arrested, actually. Back in 2016, and they gave me a free basically a lifetime membership to their website, or it's like 20 or 25-year membership or something like that, as kind of like I guess like a guest gift or something. So they're pretty nice. Let's see. Get drunk already? Nope, no drinking. Was at AA today. Feeling good actually, as far as that goes. As far as sobriety goes, really good. Oh, let me grab my phone just in case. Set this over here. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. It's been interesting couple weeks. Oh, okay. Let's see. Do we have callers? We do have a caller. Let's bring him on. Eric DeMamp. Let's bring him on. Eric, what's up, man?
Hey, Ralph. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, what's up?
Nothing much. Wanted to talk about two stories. I don't know if you kept up with them or not. Do you know who Eddie Gallagher is?
The name sounds slightly familiar, but no, I don't think so off the top of my head.
So Eddie Gallagher, he was he was a person. He was on trial for taking a picture of a dead ISIS fighter, and he had an entire trial. They were trying to send him to prison through the military courts. Well, today he had the decision was made, and he was found not guilty on all charges. This was like a big deal in the military community.
No, I don't think I followed that really. Maybe I've been searching too much for Kawhi Leonard news the past couple of days,
Kawhi.
and I just missed it. But yeah, that's mostly what I've been following. That and some news stories. But no, I didn't see that actually.
Yeah, so that was a pretty big deal in like the military. So he's gonna be a free man. He's gonna retire. The government tried to get him for taking a picture, and he's gonna get away with it.
Well, congratulations! I'm glad to hear that. And I'll try to catch up. Matter of fact, I'll put a note. Sorry, sometimes people. I guess I could just lie and act like I did know about it. But sometimes people call in with the story. I just have to tell the truth. I haven't heard about it. So just be honest. You can't.
It's all good. So, I mean, it's more of like a right-wing story anyway. So it's like popping up in like the talk shows, Fox News, stuff like that. And
somebody in chat says, "Tell caller to recap story." Well, you kind of recapped it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the basic gist is he was an admiral. He took a photo of a dead ISIS fighter, and that's obviously a big no-no. You can't be doing that. So the military.
I think they consider that like a war crime or something, basically, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good look. It's like, I don't know if you remember Abu Ghraib, like the way back.
Yeah, I do remember Abu Ghraib. Yes.
I mean, for our younger viewers, that's obviously the Zoomers. They don't know about that stuff. But me and you kind of like, it's not good to be taking pictures of dead people.
Nah, it's not usually a good idea.
Not good. They don't like that. But he survived. And he's free man. So, yeah, congratulations to him. He beat the law.
Somebody in chat says that's not the story. They tried to charge him with murder. I don't know. I don't know the whole story, but I'll look it up anyway.
No problem. The other story, I don't know if you saw it, was the census with the citizenship question.
I did see that. Yes.
So on the citizenship question, the government is saying that they're not going to put the citizenship question on the census. They're going to start printing it without that question on the census. So it's a big, major loss for the Trump administration. Terrible. In a couple days ago, the Supreme Court, they came out with the decision. They said they could have put it on the census, but because they had a bad whatever reasoning behind putting it on the census, they slapped it down. They said you can't put it on. So that just basically screwed everything up. Now they're going to be printing out the census forms without that question on it. And this, for those that don't know, the census is a big deal. On 2020, it allocates the electoral college votes and allocates the congressional district, how many seats each state has. So, a state like New York is going to lose seats because they've lost population versus a state like Florida or Texas. They're going to gain seats because they've been gaining people. But because the main point of the citizenship question was, to count who is a citizen or not. The genius behind that question was, if you ask a person if they're a citizen or not, an illegal person would probably be, more afraid to answer that question. They wouldn't answer the census. So you would undercount those counties, those states. So you would undercount, they would receive less federal funding. They would receive, less electoral power, less a lot of things, less a lot of benefits. But because, Trump
now let
took
me ask you something. Now, wasn't John Roberts the deciding vote on this?
Yes, he sided with the liberals. It was a 5-4 decision.
Now, he's got a tendency to do that. Now, if you've read biographies of him or like deep dives into his character or whatever, a lot of people will say sometimes when they could kind of reverse precedent or really strike a blow for the right wing, every once in a while he will kind of temper that. You saw that with the healthcare decision as well, where they could have struck down Obamacare. Now, later on, I think some parts of it got struck down anyway, but they could have struck down the whole law. And instead of doing that, he sided with the liberals on the court. He's done this several times in some key moments.
I mean, the Chief Justice is always going to be the one to straddle the line between, reversing precedent versus, quote unquote, calling balls and strikes. When he first got his confirmation hearing, he was talking about, I'm going to follow the Constitution. They all say the same thing. I'm going to follow the Constitution, follow the law, call balls and strikes. I'm going to be impartial. But he is a political animal, no doubt about it. He is thinking about the Supreme Court's, political view. He doesn't want it to be, quote unquote, like, a biased institution. So he's trying to, straddle.
But he's caught a lot of heat on the right for that stance.
The case that you mentioned, the Obamacare case, is ironically, he was trying to avoid getting looked as partisan. So he was negotiating with the liberal judges, like, okay, I can't, strike down the law. We're going to look bad. But I can't also uphold it. So what can we do? He was negotiating with the other justices, and that's how they came up with Obamacare as a tax, the individual mandate as a tax. So that, he was, in him trying to not look as a partisan biased institution, he became a biased institution, became a political institution. So it shows how ironic, and, the conservatives have never forgiven him since.
All right. Thank you for calling in, sir. You got anything else real quick?
What do you think about the Lakers' chances with Kawhi?
I don't know how deeply I want to get into that. I want to believe. Let's just put it that way. I want to believe. Go ahead, yeah.
If they don't get Kawhi,
don't say that.
I'm just saying it's possible you can return to. If they get like a Danny Green, do you still think they're the top team in the West? Or?
I think we're going to be one of the top teams in the West, even without Kawhi. Yeah, just because of LeBron and Anthony Davis. But there's so many free agents gone now that if we don't get Kawhi, it's going to be bad. So, yeah. I saw they signed Jared Dudley a little while ago, so maybe that'll fill the gap. But yeah, I won't get too deep. I won't get too deep into the sports ball talk, but I'm definitely following it. Yes. I wish he would just make up his motherfucking mind. Can I just put that out there? Jesus Christ! I know it's a big decision, but what the fuck?
He's got to he's got to laugh about it a little bit.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Now I'm hearing he might take until after July 4th, which would just be great.
What?
Would just be great. So there'll be absolutely nobody left for us to sign. Anyway, yeah, that's what I read earlier. That's what Chris Carter said. Anyway, I'll leave it there. We have to stop. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate you.
Yeah, we can always talk about it offline.
Yeah, we can talk about it offline for sure. I appreciate it, man. People get too angry. Sorry, Eric. Didn't mean to cut you off. People get too mad if I go too deep into the sports ball. Somebody complained about us talking about news. I don't know if this is a breaking story or what, but we've always talked about news on this program, like always. Some shows are heavier on news than others. The guy says, I said, well, we always talked about news. He says, yeah, you also did stream sniping. True. We just sniped a stream on Friday, actually. Sending thoughts to the hood. We did do that. Yes. Interviews. We did do that. We just had people on the show last week. Did an interview with Black Pigeon Speaks. Talked to Dame and Dick. I mean, not every day is going to have a guest, though, unfortunately. Along with news reading and autistic. Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you said. We've done all kinds of things on this show. I'm sure we will continue to do so. I love talking about the news regardless of if I did a show or not. So I would always be talking about the news, like whether I was on air or no. So that's just kind of my nature, and also just having the. I mean, it is kind of a fallback because there's always news every single day. So, Chromatron. Oh, I saw you asked me a minute ago, and I meant to bring this up on my own. BitChute is starting live streaming. I think they're just testing it right now. So I saw Ron Gibson. I guess he works for InfoWars. I saw him streaming on there. Or I didn't even see it. I just saw a screenshot of it. And I saw Josh from Kiwi Farms talking about it. Apparently they're using torrent technology with this. And I guess Chromatron asked me if I would try it out. And yeah, the answer is yes, I would try it out. So if they open it up, I would love to test it out. Am I going to give up Streamy? I know people shit on Streamy even now. I just saw some people shitting on them in chat, and I've had some critiques of them myself. That being said, what I said in the article goes. I mean, there aren't, you can donate to your creators here. You can, you can cash out. It's a lot more than you can say for a lot of other places. Now, I'm still on Patreon. I'm still on New Project 2, which is probably the most trustworthy place that we have available right now. Other than that, there really aren't too many places. I mean, I got kicked off PayPal. I did join Cash App because I saw if Red Ice is on Cash App, Jesus, I guess I can be on there too. But there really aren't a lot of places. So D-Love, I mean, I got to give him a little bit of credit, to be honest with you. I'm looking through. BitChute isn't flawless. No, it's not. It's not flawless. So, Metal Slug says news and debates and drama is what built the kill stream. Yeah, I don't really disagree with that. Although some of the crazier events I think probably helped too. Sending Corinne to Compton. That was that a year ago? Jesus Christ. Seems like yesterday. Sadomasocist says Cash App is Thought App. Yeah, I know. That's what they forced us to. They put me on the horror app. All right, let's bring in Yellow Lantern. Let's see. Yellow Lantern, you're on the kill stream. Go ahead.
Oh, hey Ralph, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah, I had to mute your stream for a moment just because, hearing the sound of your own voice can sometimes annoy you.
I know that feeling well. That's why I don't ever listen to these again.
Yeah, so what's the most exciting story you got pulled up? The Nike...
The most exciting... you know what? The Nike story... By the way, I have to pull up one of those. I was arguing with somebody about this on Twitter. We're going to talk about the Nike thing. Matter of fact, I might do that next. The most exciting story that I have pulled up might be this one, for some people in the chat especially.
I saw that argument on Twitter. You got into that guy.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that, but the most exciting might be Belle Delphine is selling little bottled. I don't know if you can call it bottled or what would it be? Not bottled, but preserved. I'm not sure. Little containers of her bathwater.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, like streaming merch is taken to a whole new level, huh? Yeah, I'm totally gonna enjoy this. I'm totally gonna enjoy. While I'm watching the stream, You're gonna
swirl that around in your glass a little bit, kind of like a sifter. You ever seen how they do the cognac and do it like that? Yeah.
Yeah, this reminds me of you can. It's like when you have did a funny you can have any product and you just put a sexy woman next to it, and it's just they're shilling the product, moving it around in a very Now
let me ask you something.
Way.
How many of these do you think she's gonna sell these? Now,
well,
first off, I imagine some people might buy them and just kind of set it up on the shelf. Here's some bathwater, LOL, gamer girl bathwater. I have no doubt that some people are actually going to drink this dumb shit.
I mean, there's it's the 80-20% rule. Am I right?
Scam likely said Medicare's going to do it next.
Oh yeah, that's gonna.
He would sell a few. I'm not sure how many I would sell. Gunt water. I'm not sure. Maybe I could get involved with that. We'll see. I'll talk to my agent and we'll see what we can work up for you people.
Oh, by the way, you were wondering about what was Josh's problem with Medicare. Apparently, he doesn't like the fact that he considers maybe selling some merch on the side, or he maybe was getting mad. And I think Josh earlier today had a very impromptu stream over a big issue he was having.
So I saw a little bit about it. I guess it was like you said. I don't know everything there. I asked somebody, and I guess it was because of the merch issue. Jim is selling merch now, which I don't have a problem with at all. Obviously, I sell merch too. What is it? Shop.theralphreport.com, by the way. I don't see anything wrong with selling merch, and I always thought it was a no-brainer, honestly. I mean, if people don't want to buy it, they don't have to buy it.
Yeah, I don't see really a harm in it, Because
now, what I will say is taking other people's, like, so I know Tonka got into some issues because he took, Jim's trademark, or not trademark, but kind of his, like, brand and put it on his stuff. So that's one thing I've tried not to do with the stuff that I've sold, is just trying to keep it all, like, Killstream centric or Ralph Retort centric, and leave everybody else's, brand marks to, let them do what they want.
Ooh, yeah, otherwise we got to lawyer up on that.
Well, it's not even lawyer up. It just looks like you're kind of muscling in or stealing somebody else's money, basically, if you're selling merch with their shit on it.
But it's plagiarism, actually. That's kind of like plagiarism.
Yeah, a little bit.
Passing someone's off work as your own. Yeah, and the thing with the gist of Josh's is that apparently the server where he puts all his hardware, because he's basically his own ISP. He basically just got evicted from that. And I mean, it's not his first time. Apparently, he's been evicted from at least 189 services. But this is like the whole this is where his hardware, where people, where the sites are backed up.
He's been kicked off so many services. Sometimes you might have to ask if it's not. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
First time.
I'm just kidding. Now, the Medicare merch is real. Yeah, it's real. It's up on Teespring, I believe. So if you just search Teespring Medicare, the store will come up. And as far as I've been told, that is his official store, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. But yeah, the Nike thing. So it's our little favorite, African American athlete raised by white people. He's the one who started the whole I'm gonna kneel for the flag because I feel this was back in 2016. I remember, and recently he apparently he had the influence to ask Nike to pull the Betsy Ross themed shoes they were gonna sell.
That's what I've been told. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it kind of disrupts, people were saying he was protesting the flag. Oh no, he's seeing the meaning behind it. But in this case, it's very, petty. I think he really does not like the flag. And I think Dick Masters said, "Does that mean we can sell Confederate flag?" I mean, I'd buy some of that. I'd buy that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that next. Matter of fact, I'll pull that up and we'll discuss that. Thank you for calling in, man.
And the last thing, the guy who's next to me, you've had him on before. I think that's Russian. It's a Russian. The username. It's Kropotkin. I think he was. I learned about him studying history. I think he might have been an anarchist thinker, like back for Russian, because anarchism kind of had a little bit of an upswing in the 1840s.
All right, I'll check him out. Probably not the official Kropotkin, but.
Yeah, but I think that's the name. It's some people.
I do remember that name calling in, though. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
And some people are wondering, like, what's my accent? Like, it's weird. It's a North Florida accent.
Right.
I think Tim Daly had a joke, like, if you're south of Ocala or something, all of a sudden you're back in Michigan and Florida.
The Redneck Riviera. Is that where?
That's that's in the Panhandle. That's Lower Alabama.
Yeah, a little bit lower. All right. Thank you for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. Have a nice night.
You too, man. All right. Okay. Yeah, somebody in chat, Jamie Ward says, basically Jim's said he's catching heat because he kind of made fun of the the idea of selling merch. And I can say that, yes, he did make fun of the idea of selling merch. So I could understand people maybe taking a little poke. I personally don't care because I always thought he should have sold merch in the first place, really. I don't... and I looked at his store. It's nothing too complicated. There's the Sweetie Squad thing and the hat. I would think the hat would probably sell more than anything. Drumboy02 donated a diamond and said RRU. Zen Lion with a few lemons. Thank you. Thank you, Drumboy, as well. Epic Lad with a lemon, a couple more lemons. A diamond from Critical says, Lino, TM, with the registered mark as well. The official currency of the kill stream. I guess Lino is the official. Now it is, I think, the official currency of the kill stream. Maddie Generic says, Belle Delphine. Close enough, I think. Ripped off jackass sweat juice, LOL. Sansa Steph says, no problem with 5. Yeah, okay, let's get into the Nike thing. Can you please get a Discord link? Yeah, I will put out a Discord link shortly. Now, I figured most of you people are already in the Discord, but anyway. Should we just pull up? I guess we could pull up the ESPN report. I don't really like going to ESPN much anymore because their site's cancerous now, but I'll pull it up anyway. By the way, Kaepernick. God, why would anybody listen to Kaepernick? I don't understand. Okay. Now let's read a little bit of this. For those who don't know, Nike struck down a plan to release a shoe featuring the original version of the U.S. flag this week at the request of Colin Kaepernick, according to a report by the Wall Street Journal. Now, first off, listening to Kaepernick, bad enough. Letting it get out that you listen to him on something like this, even worse. How does this story get out? Obviously, he must have some enemies within Nike. That's the only explanation for this story getting out. Because this doesn't get leaked to make them look good. At least I can't imagine how or what the thought process would be behind that. So anyway, this had to be an enemy of Kaepernick's or an enemy of somebody in Nike that fucks with Kaepernick. The shoe, the Air Max 1 Quick... By the way, the shoe's kind of cool. We'll show it to you in a minute. The Air Max 1 Quick Strike 4th of July featured a logo of the original U.S. flag, the design of which, by popular lore, is credited to Betsy Ross with 13 stars in the circle. The Journal reports that Kaepernick told Nike it shouldn't use that version of the flag as he and others consider it an offensive symbol due to its connection to a time when slavery was legal, which is the most absolutely retarded thing I think I've ever heard. Anyway, in a statement, Nike said it chose not to release the shoe as it featured an old version of the American flag. Yeah, you don't say. Nike released a second statement later Tuesday saying, we regularly make business decisions to withdraw initiatives, products, and services. Nike made the decision to halt the distribution of Air Max 1, whatever, blah, 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 based on concerns that it could unintentionally offend and detract from the nation's patriotic holiday. Now, I'm not going to read any more, but I will. Let me try to find the article. Now, in response to this, the Arizona governor pulled out funding. I think that Nike was getting some extra cash, basically, or like incentives to relocate their store there. Now, the Arizona governor basically told them to fuck off. Let's see. The governor said, his name's Doug Ducey, by the way, Republican governor, said he was disappointed in Nike's terrible decision, which he called a shameful retreat. Ducey said he believes Nike's action shows it lacks pride and appreciation for Americans' history. He condemned the company for bowing to political correctness. Now, if you look, here's the original thread. I'll just pull that up. I don't need CNN for this. Nike is an iconic American brand and American company. This country, our system of government and free enterprise has allowed them to prosper and flourish. Instead of celebrating American history, the week of our nation's independence, Nike has apparently decided that Betsy Ross is unworthy and has bowed to the current onslaught of political correctness and historical revisionism. It is a shameful retreat for the company. American businesses should be proud of our country's history, not abandoning it. Easy for me to say. Nike has made its decision, and now we're making ours. I've ordered the Arizona Commerce Authority to withdraw all financial incentive dollars under their discretion that the state was providing for the company to locate here. Arizona's economy is doing just fine without Nike. We don't need to suck up to companies that consciously denigrate our nation's history. And finally, it shouldn't take a controversy over a shoe for our kids to know who Betsy Ross is, a founding mother. Her story should be taught in all American schools, blah, 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 blah. Then he says, Google her. Yes, if you don't know Betsy Ross, Google her. I will say that the governor's decision is a little bit, he's put himself on the line. I mean, not too many governors will just, even if it's a dispute like this, will just throw out 500 jobs. Usually they don't do that. So, I see Duncan, Idaho with a couple ice creams. Haven't seen you in a while, man. Thank you. Horrible Gamer, couple ice creams. A few more lemons. Rock Lee, I think we're caught up, though. I don't have to worry about looking at StreamYard tonight because I have no PayPal any longer. Little Dragon says they never should have had tax breaks at all. That is very fair. Lost Girl says, dude, this makes them look good in the eyes of lefties, aka who they pander to. Yeah, that's a fair point. I have seen some people cheering this on Twitter. But by the way, somebody randomly just started going at me about slavery. I don't even know who this guy is. I wonder if I can find the tweets. Let me see. His name. Let me see if I can find this guy. Just out of nowhere. I don't even know who this guy is. Don't know how he found my tweets. I guess maybe he was searching the Nike tag. Sometimes if you have the verified check, sometimes it'll like highlight those. So randomly, every once in a while, there'll be some lefty going after me, and I don't understand why. It's because my thing probably showed up in the tag. Anyway, he said, as a descendant if slaves, typo, fair enough, I wholeheartedly disagree. Only a white person would equate underpaid laborers with actual slavery. Now, this is in response to my tweet that said, let me quote it. The Nike swoosh is more associated with slavery and slave labor than anything else on earth. Which, I mean, it's kind of hard to disagree with that, isn't it? I don't know how many people actually know about their history of sweatshop labor and all this stuff. It was huge when I was a kid, but they're still doing it even now. So I don't know. And he seemed to be upset, and he kept. By the way, his name is Shaolin Fantastic, and he's a Broncos fan. All right, things are starting to come together now. I didn't see the Broncos. I didn't see the Broncos stuff. No offense to any Broncos fans in the chat, but longtime listeners might recall that I'm a Chiefs fan. So this might start explaining a few things. I don't know, but yeah, he started going back and forth, and finally I just dropped it because he kept going on, and he said, "Well, you know, slaves built this country," and da 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 da. And I said, "Well, I don't know how much building they did. They picked an awful lot of cotton. Not sure if they actually built a lot." That kind of pissed him off once I said that. And he started going further and further, and finally I decided, especially on a day where Joe Biggs was already getting axed and my PayPal had already gotten axed, probably best to just leave it there with what I'd already said on Twitter. So I left it there. Autist checkmark says Ralph's mother is Jewish. That is not true. I have no Jew relatives on any side of my family. All right. Kropotkin, you're on the Ralph Retort kill stream, whatever you want to call this fucking show. But you're muted, sir. Kropotkin, speak, please. Oh, God. He's muted.
Hey.
Oh! Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, fuck. I didn't realize it was muted. It's from that long fucking call I was in with Rand and all those other people.
All good, sir.
We pulled everyone in to the general chat. Anyway, okay. Yeah, about the Kropotkin thing. Like, I was. That whole thing is just like a rib against somebody I know is an anarchuck. But yeah.
Ursa Major, by the way, says Ralph still has a foreskin. I do have a foreskin. I won't show you. Although I have gotten drunk enough in the past where I actually did consider just tweeting out a picture of my dick. But my wife said she would divorce me if I did that, so I didn't do it.
She gave you good advice.
Yeah, I guess if the marriage ever goes tits up, but I'm pretty proud of my dick actually. So that's one of my better features. So maybe if the marriage goes belly up, I will go ahead and send out the cock shot. And maybe I'll get a little play off that. We'll see. But go ahead.
Yeah, fuck John Elway. But
fuck John Elway. I can co-sign that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do have one story. So one of the recent post-debate polls for the Democrats showed that Harris was in second at 17%, and then I think it was Warren at 15% and Sanders at 14%, which I think is probably bullshit. Like, more bullshit than most of these polls I've seen, because they're just like fucking completely blowing Harris up with her like whole like, oh, I'm Jamaican, whatever the fuck, but
Chat, just
but they're totally blowing her up.
Chat just called Nora the Gunt Wrangler. Yeah, she was pretty steady on that. That would be grounds for divorce. She wasn't joking either. Yeah, and you're talking about the poll. Let's see if I can show this. Joe Biden. Now this is okay. This isn't the only. There's another poll. I'll see if I can find this. In this poll, Joe Biden dropped 8 points, but there is a poll where he dropped a full 10 points. But in this one, he's at 8. He dropped 5. Bernie Sanders is at number 2. Now, I think is this before the debate? Wait, let's see. Yeah, this is actually before the debate. Now, it says post-debate poll, but it must have been maybe right after. But it shows...
Yeah, no, there was one that just came out today that showed Harris in second place, which I think is absolute, media bullshit.
I think that's a little high. I think maybe third place probably wouldn't be too high.
Yeah, well, the other thing is it showed Bernie in fourth, which, they're always out to get him.
Bernie has a pretty steady base, too. I don't actually think he's going to win the nomination, but I think he's got a lot more steady base, and that doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, all these fucking Clintonites are still, fucking ass blasted about the whole situation, so they're still, trying to, rape him.
Now, let me pull this up. Now, here goes the other poll that I saw in Politico yesterday. Or, not yesterday, but this morning. Let me scroll down. Now, this one is the one that really seems to be off. Let me see if I can pull up the actual poll. I hate it when they do it like this. Why don't they just fucking give me a goddamn graph? Jesus Christ. I hate these. These have polls going back to 2008. What the fuck would I need? I'm not writing my political science thesis. That was years ago. I don't need all that anyway. Research methods. Oh, don't get me started. I remember I took political science. I'm not that big a fan of math. There still is math involved in political science. Let me just go ahead and give you a spoiler alert with statistics.
Yeah,
and
I
all
can post the link. There's it was The Hill posted an article about Harris surging in second place. It had her higher than I actually thought. It had her at 20%, Biden at 22%.
Yeah, so this one has her, let's see, at 17. It has Biden at 22, Elizabeth Warren at 15 at third, and then Bernie at 14.
Yeah, this one had Warren at 14, Bernie at 13.
Yeah, it makes... I don't really see... I can understand how Harris surged, because she probably had the strongest performance out of any...
Yeah, but not this much.
Not this much, and also... Why is Elizabeth Warren surging? I know she did halfway decent, but I don't. That doesn't really make.
I mean, I think she had already had a pretty significant surge from being completely irrelevant into being second, third place.
Yeah.
She was just trying to not totally blow her wad and completely fuck up. And I think she didn't fuck up, but she didn't really impress anybody. I don't think either.
That's kind of my thing. Yeah, she didn't fuck up, but she didn't really impress anybody either. Yeah, I would agree with that. She didn't she didn't pull a Biden. I do think Biden looked, and I talked about this last week already or Friday. Biden just looked old and he looked kind of out of it. And then when Harris started slapping him across the face, he acted like he didn't know what was happening. And he just, I don't know. It wasn't a good look. I don't think he sunk his entire campaign, but I do think some of the articles written are fair about it. You know what I mean? That it didn't look. It wasn't a good look.
Yeah, he looked Hillary-esque. You know what I mean? He looked like he was going to have a fucking seizure or fucking some shit.
Yeah, I think that's a fair way to describe it.
He's going to stroke out or have a blood.
Now, who do you think's going to win the nomination? This is not fair because I won't even make this prediction probably myself right now. But who do you think's going to win the nomination?
It's hard to tell because I know the DNC is going to whoever the DNC wants it to win. I think Bernie would have a good shot if it was a fair race, but I don't think it's going to be a fair race. So I think it looks like they're going to prop up Harris. So I would say Harris at this point, probably.
Now they did get rid of superdelegates.
Yeah, but they still have they still have caucuses and shit, totally weird, undemocratic shit where you have a couple thousand people decide an entire state's delegates.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the caucus system, to be honest. Although I'm not that big a fan of primary. But the caucus system is the one that's really just why are we even still doing caucuses? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, who gives a fuck what people in Iowa think? You know what I mean?
Well, that's a whole separate issue. Why is Iowa lead off every 4 years? Makes no sense. Anyway, we could talk about that forever too. And they're really anal about it too. They don't. If somebody tries to get ahead of them, or if they even look like they might get ahead of them. They move their shit up by 2 weeks, and they have a whole, their Secretary of State is, like verbally committed to always being for. I don't even know if it's verbally. Pretty much the policy of it doesn't even matter which party it is either. Who's in charge there in Iowa? Although I think it's been Republicans as of late. Their policy is to always be first in the nation with their caucus.
Yeah. I mean, a bunch of states moved theirs up this cycle, so there's even more on Super Tuesday.
Yeah, California moved theirs up. That's the big
Tuesday.
one. Yeah, that moved theirs up. So that's going to be a big deal, especially for the lefties. California is going to be a big deal. I forget which day they moved it up to.
Mostly probably be decided by California.
I think so too. And I think the Democrats would hope so, because a long drawn out primary with bitter feelings, probably not what you want going into a Trump fight. But I don't know how they're going to avoid that. At least some type of bitter feelings. Now maybe they can avoid the drawn out time that it takes. But
yeah, I mean,
if you saw the debate, I think they're gonna get it. It's gonna get nastier from there too.
Oh, it's gonna get much worse, and the fucking DNC is gonna try to shove Kamala down these black people's throats, and they really don't like her.
Now, if you watch the debate, I think Biden threw his little barb out there beforehand. If I recall correctly, I'm not sure. I have to go back and watch, where he mentions that he, fresh out of law school, went and became a public defender instead of a prosecutor, which was an obvious and blatant dig at Kamala Harris.
Oh yeah.
I think you'll see more.
Black people, she's a fucking
she's
cop.
a cop. She's a cop. That's what he's saying.
Off.
Yeah, I tried to get you out of jail. This bitch was trying to lock you up. I do think you'll see more of that, especially her numbers have kind of went up among the black community because they're kind of learning about her. And Biden's huge support, I think his biggest support is among blacks. If you look at the polling.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that he would, if I was him, I would continue to hammer on that. Black's not.
Yeah, well, I mean, he
continually, not usually too fond of the
if
police.
He's not stupid, he needs to attack her from some angle to maintain the black vote, because otherwise he's fucked. Because if she takes the black vote, she's gonna possibly take the fucking nomination.
Well, if she takes the black vote, she's probably gonna win. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think she can win the general, to be honest, because black people don't actually really like. I don't know how enthusiastic they'll be about voting.
I think that Trump would be thrilled to run against somebody like Kamala Harris, because her negatives will be driven up by the time we get to an election, and they'll be right up there with Trump's, if not higher. And he could possibly pull another Hillary Clinton, where Trump would have not beaten probably almost anybody else running for president. He wouldn't have beat Obama. Obama would have beat him handily. Joe Biden probably would have beaten him. The one person who wasn't going to beat him, Hillary Clinton, because her negatives were so high. People were so sick of her, and her husband was just ready-made. And I think that somebody like Kamala Harris, who in short doses and debate moments or whatever can have decent moments, but long-term exposure to her, I just don't think she's going to be very popular.
Yeah, what I think is going to happen is Harris is going to try to be like a chameleon, be whatever the DNC wants her to be, but that's going to come in conflict with everything else she's ever said. So she's just going to have all these conflicting opinions out there. It'll be really easy to hammer on her hypocrisy and her other, shitty opinions and her stupid bullshit. And I feel like with a competently run campaign, Trump should be able to beat her.
Yeah, and we all know Trump doesn't give a fuck. So she allegedly, I don't know how many people know all of her story, but Willie Brown used to be the Speaker of the Assembly there in California. I also think he was the mayor, was it San Francisco or Oakland?
It was San Francisco.
Yeah, I think he was the mayor of San Francisco. I have to look that up.
Yeah, I think it was SF, but
yeah,
she was fucking him.
It was mayor of San Francisco. He was mayor for 8 years, Speaker of the Assembly for 15 years. Long term.
They instituted term limits to get rid of him.
Yeah, basically, yeah. A long term establishment politician there in California, and I guess he's old now. He doesn't really give a fuck. But he wrote an article, I want to say it was in January, about how he was having an affair with her while he was married. Just openly putting this stuff out there, how he helped her career while they were fucking, and appointed her to these boards, state board. I mean, just out and out. Just
it's highly paid state boards to appoint her to get her a political position, a position to be a politician.
Just openly putting this out there.
He actually wrote an article, I think, yesterday, saying that after watching the first debate, he thinks there aren't any Democrats that can win the presidency.
He did say that, and he's trashed Joe Biden in another article. Yeah, I don't know. Dude's all over the map. But if you think Trump's not going to use shit like that, you're out of your mind. Of course he's going to use that. He'd be a fool not to. Now,
yeah. Well,
what's she
Willie
going to
Brown's
say?
next.
Oh, Trump's demeaning women or something probably like that is what she'll try to say. But to
Yeah,
me, an
it
issue
will.
like that where the guy mentioned, if it was just, sex or whatever, Trump would probably still bring it up, but you could say, okay, whatever, not that big a deal. But if, once he starts talking about, I helped her career along and I pointed her to these boards and did all this and that while I was cheating on my wife with her, that's the kind of stuff that's obviously going to be a big issue in my view. And you can just run the quotes directly.
Democratic primary voters. but
No.
general voters will.
I don't think. Well, I mean, nobody in the Democratic primary is going to care. I wouldn't suggest any Democratic candidate to use it, but if I was Trump, I would definitely use it. So.
Yeah, I mean that would be a mistake if Biden were to use this because it would.
No, Joe. If you
would
use
fuck
this,
himself.
you're gonna lose. Don't
Yeah.
do that if you're Joe Biden. But if you're Donald Trump, I would use it. And that's the type of issue that an independent might could bite onto as well. And it's just Willie Brown openly saying that. You don't have to. You can just quote Willie Brown in the fucking ad. You don't even have to go further.
Yeah, I mean Brown's connected. They say he got warned about 9/11 before it happened. That's
Really?
definitely some. Yeah, like conspiracy theory shit. But they say they called him the night before. They said, "Don't fly." He flew anyway, but
All right, you got anything else real quick, man?
Not really. Have a good one, man.
All right, thank
Take
you
care.
for talking. By the way, if you want to call in, join the green room. They want me to throw out the Discord link. I could do that, I guess. I see Augie in the chat. What's up, man? Congratulations. I saw your show's doing pretty well. Your channel's doing pretty well, so congrats on that. I want to send that out there. Personal congratulations. Also, my phone is vibrating, and I don't know why. I think... Is that my cat? Yeah, I got the cameras set up. By the way, I have to thank whoever spray painted my car, because it only took me about an hour to get it all off. But it got me to get these cameras for the outside of my house, and they're awesome. They are fucking awesome, and I should have got them years ago. It's great. I won't go into it because I don't want to reveal too much. But it's pretty fun. Augie, man, congrats again. You're welcome, sir. I just linked the Discord, you clown. Oh, I thought I did. Hold on, didn't I? Okay, maybe I'm the clown. Maybe it's me who's the clown. There you go. Joe Biden embraced Antifa. How come nobody's linking Creepy Joe with them now? Somebody spray painted my car while I was on the air on Friday, actually. Which is just so... I can hardly even comprehend the level. First off, the level of, to use the term from Tonka, bitch made. I mean, it doesn't really get more bitch made than that. Spray painting someone's car. First off, driving however far away they had to drive. And then spray painting a car. Like, if you're going to drive that far, you might as well fight. I mean, I don't understand. It's just mind boggling to me. But I called the police and filed a report, and they have the info, so. It is what it is. And I'll just let you know, if you come to my house, I will call the police. So if you want to go to jail, please come through. I have no problem sending you directly to jail. Matter of fact, I would enjoy that. So please continue. So there's Harris. What else did we have? Now this is a story. First off, there's a couple of little sides. We talked about Joe Biggs got banned, which is unfortunate. As far as I know, there's been no reasoning given for his account suspension just yet. Now, let me check it. Maybe they reinstated him. No, he's suspended. Now, first what they did was take away his blue check mark, and then they suspended his entire account. Also, I don't know how many people saw this. Actually, Antifa works for Twitter. No, this is not a joke. This is a Twitter Seattle person, Antifa, right there. Jack Dorsey actually followed them himself. Now, once this story started getting some traction today, Jack quietly unfollowed this person. Now, this is actually in the VDare article, if you read through it. Let me see if I can find that part. Well, it's in here somewhere. Yes, Jack later quietly unfollowed the Twitter employee's account. I guess this is some tranny up there in Seattle, saying they have to be Antifa because it's a pro tranny movement or something. I don't fucking know. Black Goat says, "Who's the fuck is Joe Biggs anyway? Just a conservative boomer?" I know he used to work for InfoWars, and I've seen him on Twitter and talked to him a little bit. I think he might have used to have been in the army or something. I don't know. He does a lot of stuff with guns. I know that. Joe Biggs was calling for a boomer intifada. It was funny, but no shit, he got banned. Yeah, he started going a little... I don't think he went too far for me personally, but some of the stuff he was saying is the type of stuff they use to ban you off Twitter. So that's why once I started getting to a certain level with the slavery guy, it's like, all right, well, I've said enough, and I'll just leave it there because I don't want to get banned. All right, let's see this person. Probably a troll, but let's let him in anyway. Johnny Jones, you're muted. Go ahead. Johnny! How eloquent, sir! Oh, God. He left and joined the green room. Let's try him again. Johnny Jones, go ahead.
Am I like on the air?
Yes.
Whoa, cool. Yo, Ralph, how's it going?
It's going, man. It's pretty good, actually. I can't complain that much. Besides PayPal. Fuck you, PayPal. Anyway.
Where's the Dan and Gator at?
They're not here. Just like you're not. Okay. If you want to call in, join the green room. Here's the other story I wanted to talk about. Justin Bieber criticizes Taylor Swift for crossing a line with Scooter Braun post. Now this is more of a tabloid. This is more of a tabloid story. But Scooter Braun, I guess he's some fucking billionaire music guy. I think he manages Bieber and some other people. Anyway, he got into it with Taylor Swift years ago, and he decided to buy her catalog of music. She doesn't own her masters, as they call them in the industry, and she sold them. Or she didn't sell them, but her company her label that she used to work for sold them. And she's been raging on Twitter, or not Twitter. She actually posted a Tumblr blog and said she was getting bullied, and oh my God, this guy, I can't believe he's owned my masters. I think he paid $300 million for them or something like that. Quite a pretty penny, in other words. So she put out this post and said she was getting bullied, and oh my God, this is the worst day of my life. Well, as it turns out, she said, "Oh, please, I would have loved to have owned my masters, and oh man, I can't believe I never got the chance. I never got the chance to own my masters." Just making up shit. As it turns out, she was given a chance to own her masters. She turned that chance down. She claimed she wasn't notified about Scooter Braun buying it. She found out when we found out, is what she said, I believe, in the Tumblr post. Turns out that was a lie too. Well, according to Justin Bieber. I mean, I guess Biebs could be lying, to be fair. Maybe he's high as a kite. That wouldn't be a shock. But I'm going to have to roll with Bieber. I tend to believe Bieber, what he's saying on this. Because I just feel like Taylor Swift is a duplicitous person, just from everything I've seen. And just all evidence points to her being a lying bitch. Let's just put that out there. So apparently she was notified beforehand that he was going to buy it. Lied about that as well. Multiple lies all throughout the post. And I don't know. I guess that's about it as far as the story goes. But all her Swiftie army was all over Twitter saying she was being bullied and oh my God, and how could this happen? I don't know. It's just a complete joke, actually. First off, she writes most of her own songs. Zen Lion quoted me. I tend to believe Bieber. What a shame. Says believe women like Bieber. Yeah, that's fair. I'm a believer. That's true. I'm a believer. But but she still gets like a commission. So she writes most of her own music is what I've read. I haven't actually checked that, but I believe she writes most of her own songs. So I think the songwriter royalty is like 15% or something like that. And the performer royalty is 10%, I want to say. And a songwriter royalty gets paid no matter what. So it's not like she's still not going to get all her royalties and stuff like that off this. So the whole thing about her being bullied and just a joke in the first place. And then if it turns out she was actually lying about it, even worse. Just I don't know. I won't go too far into the story because it really is just like tabloid garbage. But still, I thought it was funny. Leave Britney alone, I'm being told. Ralph is in the Swiftie army. Circle Pole says Swifties. Oh man, I work with a Swiftie. She's a commie-loving thought. Huh, feel a bit better now. Her dad. Yeah, that's another one, Ursa. You knew that. You read the same story I did too, didn't you? I guess fucking Bieber mentions it in his post that her dad was on the board of the company that sold the music in the first place, that Big Machine Records or whatever. Apparently he owns a piece of the company. So they had to notify him by law. They had to tell him that these assets are being sold. So he 100% knew. And Bieber also said that she got told personally. So, all right, let's take another caller. Big old newbies, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, what's up, Ralph? Been a while since I listened to this. Let me just pause you over here on the other one there. Okay, cool.
Go ahead.
You know, I was going to say something about the Beliebers, whether he's true or not, but I'm having a boomer moment here. I just realized today that Nick Fuentes and Review Bra are not the same person.
They are not the same person. You know what's funny is I was watching Review Bra a few weeks, and I knew who he was already, but I hadn't really watched that much of his stuff. But I was watching him review. I guess McDonald's has like Taste of the World or whatever burgers out, and I was watching him review that. His videos are pretty funny. I watched 3 or 4 of them.
Wait, so that's the thing. I used to listen to Nick Fuentes, but I never really watched Review Bra. And Nick's always talking about his like fast food, you know, like boomer food all the time. So he's like, so I'm always thinking like, dude, you're gonna get your food channel shut down, and that's where you make all your money. But then I realized like he's a different dude. You know,
they are different people. Yes.
Yes, but you know, have you ever had the McCrocket? No, that's the best McDonald's thing ever. It's only in the Netherlands.
You know what I had? So I haven't had that. Now, you know what? My favorite, well, at least when I was a kid, one of my favorites was the McJordan. And
oh, wow.
You'll have to Google this.
That's old school.
Yeah, this is McJordan. So McJordan is basically a McRib with bacon and cheese, I believe.
Oh, my God. That sounds awesome. You know, where I grew up in Illinois, there was a test McDonald's, right, like a couple miles down the road. And they would have they had like I think it was called the McHero. It was like a sub, but it was like a Big Mac. It was like a giant sandwich. Now this is real Gunt Hours here talking about food reviews, man.
By the way, I'm looking at it. No, okay, maybe it wasn't I'm looking at the McJordan, so maybe it wasn't a McRib. I think it was just a regular hamburger patty. Okay, so I might have fucked that up. But yeah,
either way, that sounds delicious though, man.
It was pretty good. I remember eating those when I was a kid. I know, shock of shocks. And then there was another one. So you mentioned a test McDonald's. There was a McDonald's that we had in Walmart, and they used to.
Nice.
It was kind of a test McDonald's though, so they would have stuff that other McDonald's didn't have. They had something called an Arch Deluxe, which is still one of the best fucking McDonald's sandwiches, burgers, whatever you want to call it, ever.
Oh, the Big and Tasty too. I think they got rid of that one too.
I can't fuck with. For some reason, Big and Tasty doesn't taste right to me. I don't know.
No. Here's the real question: Whataburger versus In-N-Out.
I've never had either.
Oh, dude, I think Whataburger takes it. To be honest.
You know what? I've had Smash Burger is awesome though.
Oh, those are good. You know, I lost like 50 pounds doing the Atkins diet. And my favorite food, I ate here every day. I was like Jared, but I had muscles and I'm not a pedophile.
That's good.
But Polo Tropical is the best because you can eat that chicken. It's cheap. It tastes good. There's no carbs in it. I used to eat there like twice a day and I lost like 50 pounds. So.
By the way, some people in chat Florida, looks like they remember the Arch Deluxe. The Arch Deluxe was a legit good hamburger. That was good. It was good shit. But yeah, Smash Burger. We should actually
engineer our own sandwich.
Maybe we should. But Smash Burger is probably my favorite chain burger. And then there's a place in Leesburg, Virginia. Not my favorite place. Not even close. And I won't go into why, but you could probably guess if you know my history. But Leesburg, Virginia. Not the best place on the map for me, but they have a place there called Melt. Probably the best hamburger I've ever had in my life. If you ever go through Leesburg, Virginia, go to Melt. It is so good.
That sounds good. That sounds good, actually. Just Melt.
John Bolton says, why does solo Ralph chat always lead to fast food talk? I didn't do this time. This is the caller's fault.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking of a Review Bra, and we segued. From Review Bar.
Nah, dude, I'll be honest with you though. I do want a fucking Arch Deluxe now, though. I'm gonna be real, but apparently I'm not gonna.
The Gunt Deluxe, man. That'd be good.
Why don't they sell the Arch Deluxe? This makes no sense. Yeah. It was delicious, dude. Like, what the fuck? The bacon had like pepper on it too. Oh man, most McDonald's shit doesn't have that kind of taste to it too. That's what
No.
Oh man,
White Castle used to have fish balls back in the day, and those were pretty good. But I think the Detroit River ran out of carp or something.
Speaking of White Castle, I never had White Castle till I was about 20-something years old, probably.
Did you shit your brains out, dude, after you had it?
No, well, shit.
No, you should have.
But what I want to say is, I didn't have White Castle, but I had. And if you're from the South, you'll already know. There's a chain. Crystals, yes. There's a chain called Crystal, and they pretty much sell White Castle burgers, and they're so fucking good. Anyway, and their milkshakes.
Crystals is funny.
Oh, I love Crystal. Yeah. All right, you got anything else? We'll have to stop. We'll have to stop going in with the.
Yeah, I forgot what I was even going to talk about. I'm sorry. I think it was something to do with
Psycho Dad says it caused cancer, Ralph. That's why they got rid of it. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I know
cancer burgers. All right.
No.
All right. All right. We'll talk to you later, man.
All right, man. Thank you.
Bye.
So we had a little fast food talk there. I'll stop now. Okay. If you want to call in, join the green room. But yeah, I never had White Castle till I was way older. McDonald's had pizza. It was weird, but not bad. I don't think I ever tried that, actually. Oh, Wendy's? Yeah, out of the chain. So I guess Smashburger, I don't even know if you'd really call that a chain. Because it's kind of, there's not that many Smashburgers. But out of like the massive chain burgers, I would say Wendy's probably has the best. Yeah, for sure. I would agree with that. The Gunt Deluxe. Once again, I think we've already covered this if I recall correctly. Bella, is it Bella or Belle? I don't know. Belle Delphine, there's your gamer girl water. Yes, that's actually being sold. If you want to have a sip, I'll have to resist. Having a sip, and I do wonder how many people are actually going to drink that shit. That I don't. My mom's having a hard time. Also, I don't know how many South African listeners we have. We've talked about South Africa many times in the show, but there was an article in the New York Times the other day about a boycott by whites of a South African restaurant called Spur. Now, I'm not that familiar with South African culture, so I'm not like an expert on the country. I would say I'm much more familiar with the UK and even Australia, but definitely the UK than I am South Africa. But there's an interesting article in the New York Times. I won't go through it, but if you want to read a little something about South Africa, I would suggest the article there on the screen about a white-led boycott of a restaurant chain. Speaking of restaurant chains, see that segue there? That's pro level. That's professional level segues. Jesus, God, where did I get this talent? Anyway. Speaking of restaurant chains, Spur is the name of the chain there, and it's a pretty good article. Might be rare for the New York Times, but every once in a while, especially on international reporting, they actually do have some decent stuff. So, Maddie's asking, did you talk about Bella today on the show? To Augie. Also, I see Wasatch Man is in the general, but he's not in the green room. If you want to join the chat, on air, join the green room just so I'll know. Because I see a couple people or one person in the general, and I don't know if they want on or what. So, segways, yes. I wonder how I would do on an actual Segway. One of those little scooter things. I'm pretty sure I would break my fucking neck. Tell us why they boycotted. I wonder if I could find the video. Let me see if I could find the video. They boycotted because a black customer and a white customer basically got into a little scuffle. And that's what happened with that. Let's see. Spur. I never actually saw the original footage. Let me see if I can find that. Let me look. More videos. You would think... No, I know it's been released. Look, I search for videos, and it's nothing but, like, ads for their hamburgers and shit. Alright. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. I don't know if this is it. Spur Bully. Oh, I think this is actually it. Let me see if I can play this. Now there's nobody else on the call with me, but I'll post it in show links regardless. Okay. Let me pull this up. Okay, this is the right tab, isn't it? No, it's not. Okay. Let me see. This is a little news story about it. Oh, come on. Okay, here we go. Restaurant brawl. Yeah, there we go. 2 minutes, 22 seconds. Man banned from Spur. Let's watch it right now.
You get outside. He didn't against the head.
Excuse me?
Yes.
The child is so terrible.
Hey, I'm looking through the window and she's hitting my child against the head.
Look here. You won't come here and be a bully. Just leave us
Is that
alone.
so?
You can't come here and be
Is
a
that
bully.
so?
Such a big man being a bully.
I'm telling you
Just
to do
stop.
something.
Just stop. Don't do anything.
Actually, you're push laughing.
Kente mo tlogele. Ba tla thusa ba mo sepetlele.
You fucking end the fucking job. Doesn't fucking matter. Let us start.
Try to hit me and see. Such a bully of a man. Such a coward.
No.
Guy's face.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
No, stop it. You stop it. Kente mo tlogele.
Look at the little kid trying to push it back.
This is a woman.
Now, somebody asked what they're saying. It's a mix of English and Afrikaner, I believe. I'm going to turn it down a little bit, though. I think you get the idea. But for his troubles, this guy was banned for life from Spur. Oh, shit. There he goes. Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go, sir. All right, there's the video. Discretion, the better part of valor, as always, as it always is. He decided to leave. Now, that's the video. Now, apparently, we didn't see the first part. I guess there's a thing where her son is beating on his son or something. I don't really know what all is going on there. But a lot of people were mad because they banned him for life and they didn't give her any type of punishment whatsoever. So they started a white-led boycott. And that's been going on. It's actually hurt their business a lot. And the article goes on to talk. It's I don't know. Let me see if I can pull it up. See how long it is. Not that long. About, what? 3 or 4 minutes probably to read it. It's not too bad. If you don't like reading, it's not too hard to read. Not too difficult, not too long. There's the length right there. So, thankfully, I have a free New York Times account. They will paywall your ass, but I have a free one. So, thank you, college. One of the only good things I got there. Ralph, did you see the video of Boogie begging his fans for money to pay for his car? I did not see that. If you have that, post it in the chat. That's another thing I was going to talk about. Yeah, somebody fucked with my car the other day, no doubt. But you didn't see me, take up a collection plate or start crying about being doxxed and, oh my God, I'm being harassed. I mean, obviously, that I would say that probably qualifies as harassment. But it is what it is. I mean, I knew what I was getting into when I signed up for this. So that's just how it goes. But no, I didn't see him begging for car money. Now it only cost me about $20 to clean mine off, so luckily. I don't. What did he do to his car? Is it the shocks are worn out on it, or what is he doing? Do I have to pull up his Twitter, or did he post it on? Did he post it on YouTube? Let me see. I'm looking at chat. Post it if you have it. We're waiting. And join the green room if you want to call in. Necro Carey says if you're white and still in South Africa, you're putting your family at risk. Yeah, there's actually a guy quoted in the article, and he said we would already be gone out of South Africa if we had any money, but we don't, so we're not. Boogie's new chompers would make short work of the Guntmaster General. Pimple says acetone on new car paint. I did use a little bit of acetone, yes. And no, it didn't hurt the paint at all. So I still went and had it waxed after, though. But there is another method, yeah. Penisberg mentioned clay bar. Yeah, that's another way to get it off. That takes a lot longer, though. So Acetone, basically you use the acetone and you just rub it softly, and then you wash it off right after. You don't leave it on your car. But yeah, there was no damage really at all. So it was just mostly annoying. So it does not take off the clear coat. That's not true. But if you rub it too hard, it could fuck with your shit. But if you just rub it softly, it won't. So anyway, there's all kinds of guides on how to get it off your car. I didn't realize it was that easy. So, but it is. Use 3M adhesive remover next time. Yeah, I mean, there's other things. Hopefully there won't be a next time. But okay. Let's see. We covered South Africa. We covered Biden. We covered Bieber. We covered the flag. We covered Gamer Girl Water. Oh, okay. This was another video. I don't even know what this is. This is the shit they don't want people to see. This cop was making an arrest and the dude started punching the cop. What will happen next? Oh. What? Should we make a prediction? I haven't actually seen this video. He started punching the cop. What will happen next? Ursa says, use $30 Gamer Girl bathwater, takes it right out. I never tried that. Maybe I need to get a container full. Okay. So should we make a guess of what happens next? I don't think it's going to be good for this guy's health, but let's play it. 59 seconds right now.
Hey, bro, you better just go. I'm gone. You're interfering. Go ahead, get on. Hey.
Wow, the homies tackled him.
Don't hit me, G. Hey, do not hit me.
All right, so we got our answer. I didn't expect that. His own homies. Oh, you didn't see it? Was it not on? It was on screen, wasn't it? Yeah, it's on screen. Okay. I was about to say, I thought I had it pulled up. The homies took him out. Actually, you know what? The homies probably helped him in the long run, because that would have been bad. Already he's going to catch a bunch of felonies, obviously. But it would have been even worse. So they probably did him a favor. But that is hilarious. I didn't expect that. I thought the cops were going to... I did think he was going to catch an ass whooping. Don't get me wrong. I just didn't expect... I didn't expect it to come from the homies, though. World Star! Yeah, that was a World Star. Holy shit, what a twist! I did not... Oh, they said replay it froze. Okay. I can do that. It didn't freeze on my end. I'll turn it down and replay it. I don't know if you need the sound. And I'll watch it. It should be playing. Okay, yeah, it's playing. Let me know if it freezes again. I'll replay it. The cop was saying, don't hit me. Yeah, the cop did kind of fold like a cheap suit. The cop was being really nice, though. I guess he probably won't be nice next time. This guy ruined it for the next guy. I don't think he's going to be quite as kind. They're saying it didn't freeze. They just want to see it again. Okay, well, that's fair, too. Let's see here. Not even Shyamalan saw this twist coming. Best twist since The Sixth Sense. Blacks jump in. Expect cop to get jump. You're feeling win. It was a good feeling, I have to say. All right. The Discord link is in the chat. I think I might still have it. Oh, no. I copied the wrong link. If you want to call in, let me see. Invite people, copy. Now, as you can tell, it's just me here tonight. I am working. Flamenco said he'll be in and out. Might have a couple other folks, but I'm still working on the longer term guest hosting solutions. But it's just me for now, and I figured I'd go ahead and do the show regardless. Kropotkin in the chat says they must have had a problem with this guy to begin with. Yeah, maybe. I wonder if they had called the police already. Maybe they were the ones who called him on him. I think that's most of the stories that I had. I'm looking through. I think there was one more that I wanted to talk about, but where is it? I don't. Oh, yes. This is a story. Again, I had to archive it because Washington Post is a cocksucking publication, and they won't let you read their articles. Joe Morrissey is a politician here in Richmond. He got kicked out. I don't know if I've talked about him on the show before. Thank you, Liger fan. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you, sir. I see Salami Croms with the Ninja Guinea says, heard you got banned from PayPal. Thank you, Salami. I did get banned from PayPal, yeah. Long story short, yes, I did get banned from PayPal, and we can't use them anymore. So, but we can use DLive, and I do appreciate that they've instituted a super chat type system, which I had said they needed to do from the start, but they finally got on it and did it. So, okay, so back to the story. Joe Morrissey, he was a state, I believe it was a state senator or an assembly member. I don't remember which. He's going to be running. He's going to be a state senator here pretty soon. Anyway, he was in the assembly here in Virginia. Before I moved here, he was an assembly member. Thank you, Liger, for the diamond. I appreciate you, man. Good video clip, but old. Okay, I'll put that to the side. Anyway, so a few months before I moved here, he had been around for a while, big deal. And he knocked up his 17-year-old secretary. And I guess he lied about it or whatever. They ended up putting him in jail because some people mentioned earlier we were talking about 17-year-olds. Some states have different laws. My age of consent might be 16, might be 17. It might be 18, as it is here in Virginia. Well, they're pretty strict about it in Virginia, too. And they tried him. He ended up going to jail. During the day, he would spend his days in the Capitol building, and at night, he would go sleep in the Henrico County jail. And Henrico County, for those who don't know, there's Richmond City. Richmond is like an independent city here in Virginia. And then there's Henrico County, basically surrounds Richmond. And so he would sleep in jail at night. Anyway, he ended up losing that seat. They convinced him to resign. He ran for mayor of Richmond, and he was leading the polls all the way through until the last week. And they came out, and his name's Joe Morrissey, by the way. And they accused him of basically sexually harassing them, some woman that came to his office. He ended up losing the mayor's race. Everybody thought he was done. Well, he's not done. He ran in the Democratic primary here, and I think it's in this district. I'm not sure. And he won. And the way this district is, it's so heavily Democratic that he's not even going to have not a primary. He's not even going to have a general election opponent in the fall. So he's going back. Here's a picture of him, by the way. Let me see if I can show this. He's going back to the state assembly. There's his, he ended up marrying the secretary. Married her, knocked her up. By my count, that's 4 children. Now, the article says 3, but there's 3, and then I think she's holding the 4th there. There is his, there's his family photo. Apparently, he kind of ran on this, too. He didn't run away from his wife and children. He put them on flyers. Yes, his secretary was black as well. And there's she's not too bad looking actually. But there's his wife. He didn't slow down on knocking her up either. Jesus Christ. I think they didn't get married until, I wonder if I could find a picture of their marriage. Let me see if I can find a picture of you guys aren't going to believe this. He married his wife. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Now, I know that this guy, probably not that familiar to most of you. I just thought it was, I like goofy political stories like this. Let me see if I can find his wedding photos, though. He married his black wife in, like, some slave antebellum type wedding. Let me see if I can, oh my God, here. She doesn't look as good in this picture, but let me pull this up. This is one of their wedding photographs. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. I can't even believe this happened. Let me pull this up. I cannot believe this happened. There goes. There goes one of his wedding photographs. I want to see. It's going to take a minute for it to pull up. Let me make sure it's on screen. Yeah, it is. Okay. He married his wife. Yeah, okay. He married his mistress. Whatever the fuck you want to call her. Yeah, there goes the photograph. That actually happened. That is a real photograph from his wedding. Now, for those who can't see it, maybe you're listening to us on the podcast or what have you. Let me see if I can try to describe this. It's Joe Morrissey, who's about to be going back to the state senate here in Virginia. And he's standing next to his, I guess at this time she's maybe 18 years old, 19. Standing next to the 19-year-old that he'd knocked up, 18, 19-year-old, whatever. I don't even know how old she is in this photo. She's very young, let's put it that way. She is also very black, and, well, she's light-skinned. She's black, let's just put it that way. And you can tell she's black, and she's dressed as, I don't know, like a plantation overlord. He's dressed as the plantation overlord. I guess she would be the lady of the house. Gone with the weave. Dixon Uranus in the chat says, colonized, bleached. Yes, she's definitely been bleached. So that's how I would describe it. He actually has a top hat on as well. And I don't know if these are clothes that he rented or if he owns this suit already. I'm going to assume that they're rentals, but I could be wrong. But anyway, that's Joe Morrissey. He's headed back. Three governors came and campaigned against him. Terry McAuliffe, former governor of Virginia, campaigned against him. Ralph Northam, the current governor. And then there's one more governor. I can't remember the third one who campaigned against him. But they all came out, tried to defeat him. They lost because he is super popular in the black community, because not only did he, marry a black chick and knock her up multiple times, he also was a defense attorney here in Richmond, and he was known for representing low-income blacks, basically, in court. So he got kind of known about that. Known from that, excuse me. She's black. I don't see race. All right. Tuckett says you don't see anything off about this photo. Yeah, I mean, I think just it was ill-advised, I think is safe to say. I mean, they look happy. To be fair, they look very happy. But I think maybe the whole antebellum South period, maybe not the best choice to kind of LARP as while you're being photographed with your young black wife. Maybe not the way you want to go. It is amusing, though. So I'll give him... Duncan Ido says, I blame the photographer. Imagine being the photographer on this. Now, I'm sure he was paid good money. I'm assuming that he was. You're paid money, and they're telling you to take this photograph. Probably just take the photograph, but yeah, I could see that. But like I said, photographer was paid money to do a job, and who knows what all a photographer has seen. So what kind of sick shit they've been asked to take pictures of. All right, let's take a couple callers here. Augie RFC, you're on the kill stream. Go ahead, sir.
Yo, what's going on? I was wondering if you've heard of this I don't know what to describe, this movement, I guess, to kind of terminate Keemstar's channel. I mean, outright. It's not even something that, is speculation. People are outright trying to terminate Keem's channel over the Etika situation.
I have, we talked about this a little bit on Friday with Dick Masterson and Dame Pesos. But yeah, they're actually trying to do him in over the Etika stuff. I guess there was a line when he interviewed Etika, and Etika says, I guess Etika intimates or says something about living in a simulation and all this shit is fake. And then Keem goes, well, if you believe that, why don't, what's the point in even living? Why don't you just go jump off a roof or something? Now, as we all know, Etika did commit suicide by jumping off a fucking bridge. So they're kind of throwing that back at Keem and blaming him for that, even though I think that's pretty unfair. Even if you don't like Keem, I think that's unfair.
Oh, I don't like Keem, but I would be the last to call for as outright censorship. But basically, since then, there's been this YouTuber. Basically, his name's Too Mad, and he put out like a big 20-minute piece on Keemstar. And right at the end, he lays out like his 4-step plan to deal with Keemstar or something. And his, I believe, like it was his second or his third step in the plan. He says, "Terminate drama alert." Just outright. It's just like, all right, just fucking get rid of it because Keemstar is like problematic apparently, or something like this.
Yeah, and I've seen a movement. Now, obviously, it starts with Keem because a lot of these people don't like Keem and they don't like the. You know what he does, but there's also a thing to kind of get rid of all the drama channels, get rid of that that vein of commentary, basically.
Oh, really?
I've seen some people on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, first off, can you even really get rid of something like that? I don't know. I think it's natural.
Get rid of commentary.
Yeah, like I don't understand. Yeah, I know. Now, by the way, there's so when I talk about it, I usually just say drama channels or drama news or whatever. There is another, and I've heard Diorio and other people there's another term. I think Keem uses this term as well, where they just call it the commentary the commentary community. But yeah, a lot of people are actually trying to like move to get rid of that altogether, that style of stuff. Now, I just don't see how that's possible though, because people naturally like drama. They naturally like tabloid type shit, right? I think if they didn't, there wouldn't be a market for it, right?
Oh yes, I mean it's been especially on YouTube, it's been a big deal for a while,
Well, yeah, it's pretty much the most consistent segment on YouTube. If you want to know the truth about it,
I mean that in like gaming or something,
Yeah. So I don't know. I think they've been really unfair to Keem. I don't think Keem wanted the guy to kill himself. I think that's ridiculous. I think he's done a lot since he killed himself. He's tried to raise some money. He's talked to his mom. I saw he put out a statement from Etika's mom yesterday or day before, whatever. You can criticize Keem on some stuff. I mean, he's always been nice to me. I like him. I don't have anything bad to say about him really. But I know some people do. Which is fair. They have bad things to say about me as well sometimes. But it is what it is, right? But using something like this, I can understand why people are doing it. We talked about it on Friday. Obviously, if it's somebody you don't like and there's a quote like that and the person they said that to ended up killing themselves, from an attack standpoint, I can understand, it makes sense. It's logical to use that against somebody, but I just don't think it's fair. That's my problem with it. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Black Goat in the chat says mom and sister both came out in support of Keem. Yeah, I mean, obviously Etika had some, problems beyond anything online, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a little weird to jump to the conclusion that drama alert can lead to a guy to kill himself or something like that. I just think it's a bit of a leap, bit of a reach there.
Well, and I hate to be harsh, but you can always just log off. I mean, look, I've taken a lot of heat, and people have come after me. And you know what I could do? I could just stop doing these shows, and I could stop writing, and I could stop being on Twitter.
The server link doesn't exist. Just turn off the computer.
Yeah, well, they won't. Nobody's gonna mess with you if you're not around. I mean, that's basic, logic. Anyway, go ahead. You were gonna say something else.
Oh no, I was just saying it. I just find it, weird and I guess a little disturbing how. I feel like 2 or 3 years ago, I guess more in my realm of YouTube or whatever, the commentaries, outright direct, like not even just like alluding to, but outright censorship would have been not like laughed at, mocked at or something. But nowadays it's like, it just seems like it's way more accepted and people are just, you don't even need really that strong of an excuse anymore to rally behind censorship and have a bunch of people support you. It just seems...
it is.
Times have really changed,
You kind of hit on something there. It is, I don't want to use problematic or troublesome. I'm not sure which word, feminist buzzword I want to use there, but it is disturbing. Maybe that's the word. Yeah, I'll say disturbing. It's disturbing how quickly people jump to censorship now. And like you said, even 4 or 5 years ago, they would have said, "Oh, come on, you can't censor people. That's ridiculous." Whereas now that seems to be the starting position. Just censor them, just delete their channel, just kick them off PayPal. No, they shouldn't be on DLive. They shouldn't be anywhere. delete their Twitter, basically unperson them. And it's horseshit. But that's where we're at. And if you look at polling, unfortunately, there's not a lot of respect for free speech and freedom of expression among the younger age brackets. Just the way I was raised. I mean, I'm not that old. I'm 33 years old. I'm not young either. But I was just raised, defeat them in the field of ideas or on the field of ideas. Don't try to censor somebody. Don't delete their channel. And I know, build your own company or whatever. It's a private corporation. Yeah, I realize it's not, quote unquote, traditional free speech, but to me, it's still a free speech issue. And you can quibble about, oh, well, it's a private company. They can do what they want. Okay. You know what? Suck my dick.
Yeah.
Honestly. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not, I was just raised just to have a huge respect for free speech. Even if it was somebody I despised, they should always be able to speak freely. As long as they're not breaking any laws. But the younger generations was just not raised that way, and I don't know how to.
Yeah, I mean, you just come bitch about it basically, and maybe someone will silence the other guy. I don't know. I mean, it's just weird to me. This PayPal stuff that happened today. I find it really weird that they decided to attack. Like, I'd understand. Like, I guess. I don't know. I understand if it was, back in like November or something when you just got taken off YouTube and then they went on and, were like, oh, you're also banned from here as well. But why now? Like,
well, so a couple, there could be many reasons. First off, I'll just let you guys know, I had used the PayPal. I had 2 different PayPal accounts. They banned them both. The main one that I used for super chats and stuff, I had used that so much that they had me on a PayPal business account. They tried to loan me money. Like, I'm not kidding. I had a credit available of up to like, I don't know, it was a lot. And now I didn't partake in any of that because I don't want to be in debt to fucking PayPal. But they were trying to loan me money. They had me on a business account and just all kinds of shit. And then all of a sudden they just banned me. Now there could be a few reasons. Obviously it's not just lefties and haters of the, my ideology who want to, fuck me over. There's also a bunch of people trying to just troll me and fuck with the show in general. So it could be one of them. Who knows who actually did it. And who knows when they did it. That's another thing I was going to mention. They could have sent this in months ago. And PayPal just now got around to doing it. So I don't know if it's recent. I don't know if it's from months ago. All I know is PayPal banned me today. And it's bullshit. So.
Yeah. Well, that's all I had. I enjoyed.
All right. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Take care.
All right, you too. All right, let's see. I'm looking through the chat right now. Yeah, Faust Oblivion says Section 230 protections are afforded to these tech companies with the understanding that they'll respect the First Amendment. Yeah, these tech companies have gotten so big now. If it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, let's just say 10 years ago, because that's when most of them started, right around that time. I could understand, I maybe could respect the private company argument a little bit more, but there's so much a part of our daily lives now, and we've talked about it. I'm not the first one to enunciate this position, but it's so much a part of our daily lives now that it's like a utility. It's like taking away somebody's phone line or something. Now, does that mean if you're breaking the law or, threatening someone that you shouldn't be punished or possibly even taken down? No, I think that there still are cases where, you could maybe make the case for taking somebody's account away. But unfortunately, throughout most of the examples we've seen, I don't think that standard has been met. So that's what I would say to that. I think there's a couple little calls here. Let's take them real quick. Oh shit. Did I move him to AFK? I think I did. Hold on a sec. Beef Dong, you're on the kill stream. Go ahead real quick.
Ooh. I had a quick question about that. Who was that? The guy with the black chick.
Joe Morrissey, senator, U.S. senator, basically not U.S. senator, but he's basically state senator elect because in the fall he's not going to have an opponent. It's just going to be him running unopposed.
Was he holding their baby?
That is their baby, yes.
That's a pretty fucking white baby.
I thought that too. Yeah. Now it's also really young, obviously, and really young in that picture too. So that could be part of it. Let's see if I could Now that's the baby, I guess, when it was really young, and then there's the photograph when they're a little bit older. They're dressed up as the Incredibles, which interesting.
I gotta refresh it.
Interesting
I can't
choice.
see the picture. There he is. I don't know. That's a pretty light-skinned baby.
I guess Joe Morrissey's packing that heat. I don't know what to tell you. It's potent. The potent semen. I'm not sure.
God damn. Whoa. Okay. Okay, the baby looks a little darker there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Strong,
that's all their kids?
Strong white seed. Yeah, those are all his kids, yeah.
Holy shit.
He didn't waste any time. Now
oh, fuck no.
She is
God damn.
fairly young, I guess. Maybe that got him a little... I won't speculate, but I have a young wife myself, so not now. By the way, I have a young wife who's over a decade. She's 11 years younger than me, actually. Now his wife, he was 57 years old, I believe, when he got her pregnant at the age of 17. So he's a full 40 years older than his wife.
So that guy's an alpha.
He's getting it in, man.
Fuck.
He's definitely getting it in. You got anything else real quick? I'm going to run through these calls because we're kind of up against the time limit here.
Nah, that's about it. Go ahead.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you calling in, definitely. Let's see. Uwas Vault, you're on the kill stream. Go ahead real quick. Oh, shit. That's loud.
Hey, man. How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
I just wanted to say I find it absolutely hilarious how people are making arguments about private companies and shit when there's case law right now that's established that you can't, as the government, force people off a social media platform because it intrinsically affects your ability to express yourself and it's a violation of free speech. But then a media company can do it whenever they want to, and that's perfectly fine. A payment processor can do it whenever they want, and that's perfectly fine. But we operate on donating to different sorts of political causes as a method of free speech, yet payment processors can inhibit your free speech in that way just because they're not the government. But these companies were mostly started by government funding through Silverstring Media, which is a CIA shell company. So that's all.
Silverstring, that sounds familiar. Silverstring sounds familiar from my Gamergate days, actually. Let me look at something. Might have to... Silverstring Media. I remember that name somehow. Yes, that is where I remember it from. Jesus Christ, this article is almost 5 years old. Holy shit! I'm not even gonna read through that right now. But yeah, I do. I'm familiar with Silverstring. Yeah. Later, Maddie. I see you in the chat.
It's just very interesting to me that people are shouting about fascists and all that shit. Fascism is the union of private corporations and government towards centralized interests, and that's literally what's happening. And people are just too retarded to, I don't know, line things up.
Yeah, that's fair. By the way, Ursa said, get that picture off my screen. All right, I'll take it off. Yeah, by the way, thank you for mentioning Silverstring. I'm going to go back through and read some of the stuff I wrote about them 5 years ago now. But thank you for bringing that up, man.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you for calling in. All right, let's... I don't know who this is. What does this name say? This is the last caller, by the way. What is his name? Crazy Running Redneck. Okay. I've seen a few of those in my day. Crazy Running Redneck, real quick. We're up against it, man. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, and I know it's not me. I know it's not me. It's you. It's you, not me. Let me make sure that the headphones work. Pretty sure they do. Go. Yeah, they do. I'm using my Bluetooth headphones, so I was making sure that the battery hadn't run out. Oh, there you are. Go ahead, real quick.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Go ahead, real quick.
I just had some questions about Yang Gang.
Oh, no, I'm good. Okay. All right, that's it. Let's finish up, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining the kill stream. Nice try there, Barnhill. Go rape some more children. Let's see. What song am I going to play? I want to hear Step by Step, actually. I'll be back tomorrow night. Should be back at the regular time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. May or may not be here. Just me. Not sure. But we'll see. Let's see. Step by step. Where is it? Let's see. Oh, there it is. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the donations, for spreading the article about the PayPal bullshit. And yeah, that's about it. We'll be back tomorrow night. I don't know what we'll be talking about, but I'm sure the news of the day, plus whatever other bullshit is going on. And I'll see you guys later. Farewell.
Step by step, all the
I'll open the chest. I got you. I got you.
If a saint step out of line, you have to start again. Cause Jacob's golden ladder gets slippery at the top. And many a happy-go-lucky saint has made that long, long drop. If I'm late, don't wait. Go on without me. I may tarry a while. Cause I mean to know before I go, how come the devil smile?
See you later, Barnhill! Stop raping kids, you fucking piece of shit!
If I'm late, don't wait. Go on without me. I may tarry a while. Cause I mean to know before I go, how come the devil smile? Free from care, free from fear, the saints are trooping in. Children play all around the throne, innocent of sin. A trillion voices sing the name the mortal may not know. And heaven's walls too high to hear the trouble down below. If I'm late, don't wait. Go on without me. I may tarry a while. Cause I mean to know before I go, how come the devil smile? I mean to know before I go, how come the devil smile?
Thank you all. See you tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, dlove.tv/The Ralph Retort. Farewell.